Have you just spent a lot of money on vinyl planks and now they're wavy and looking like trash? Maybe they are trash. Let's get into it. I have a lot of viewers and clients that are telling me they are unhappy after they've spent thousands of dollars to have vinyl planks installed. LVP or luxury vinyl planks versus laminate. Laminate flooring is traditional. Vinyl is all the rage, but it has a lot of problems. Let's compare the two. Let's have these two popular flooring options go head to head and see which one wins. Typically, a laminate floor is going to be much thicker than a vinyl floor. Now, this vinyl floor has the pad already attached. So if you were to remove that, this would be about half as thin as the laminate. The problem with installing flooring that is too thin, look at these pictures, you'll see that vinyl planks have waviness. It doesn't give you a nice finished product. In fact, a lot of people say they're unhappy with vinyl planks. In my experience as a builder, you have to have a near perfect subfloor, perfectly flat. Otherwise, like most people, you're going to have to put down a self-leveling compound to make this one work for you. Next, let's look at the strength of the locking system. I'm going to lock each plank together and stand on the seam and see what happens. Okay, we're starting with laminate. This is the laminate traditional. I might fall on my butt. It's holding 195 pounds. Next, you know what's coming, the luxury vinyl planks. These are thinner. Okay, they are locked together. This is the LVP luxury vinyl planks. We have the exact same distance on the paint buckets. I guess I'll do anything for this channel. The seam did come apart. It's still partially holding, and then it snapped. Look at that. The laminate one did not snap, but the vinyl one did snap. The locking mechanism is a big letdown on vinyl. I snapped it. That's what's holding up your furniture and your floor. I can't snap laminate. It's too strong. Okay, next, let's look at the waterproofing. This is why LVP vinyl should shine. This is why it took over in the marketplace and became the most popular flooring. It is supposed to be 100% waterproof in all applications. These two floor planks have been submerged in water for 24 hours. I didn't know any other way to simulate long-term moisture issues other than this. Not sponsored by Home Depot, but maybe you should. Let's start with the vinyl plank. Now that one's rated as 100% waterproof and the core, so we should not expect any damage at all. Let's take our trusty calipers on the dry side. So that will be our thickness there. Whereas if there's water damage on the wet side, I would expect to see some amount of swelling. And it's a perfect fit. So 24 hours submerged in water. The vinyl shows no signs of absorbing water or water damage whatsoever. This is not rated as a waterproof laminate. Most of the waterproof laminates today are becoming more popular and are the trend. The manufacturers have put waterproofing on the labeling. Soon you only will see waterproof laminate, but this is still one of the traditionals. Okay, let's look at the close-up of the end. So say this was under a kitchen dishwasher that leaked a little bit by a front entryway door, snowy, muddy boots. You can see some delaminating, pun intended, delaminating occurring. The locking mechanism has turned into mush. That's our thickness on the dry side. And let's see if it's swollen up here with water damage. And yes, it has. The calipers will not fit over. So that tells me that the laminate has absorbed water and is definitely crumbling and falling apart. And that's in just 24 hours. Next, let's talk about speed of installation. I personally like laminate here because it's thicker. The locking mechanism is heavier duty, so when you're smacking stuff around, it goes faster. When it comes to luxury vinyl plank or vinyl plank, I find that it slows me down with installing because the snap mechanism, it has to just be perfectly centered, otherwise it doesn't click. So I do find I can go faster with the laminate. Next, let's talk about cutting them. So cutting vinyl planks. This is a cheap old utility knife. In fact, the blade is kind of dull. I'm going to score it and I'm going to snap it. That's all it took. So a homeowner or first-time DIYer has no intimidation factor to cut vinyl. It's super easy. Whereas compared to cutting laminate is like cutting wood. This will have an intimidation factor for a do-it-yourself homeowner. You need a handheld skill saw, a table saw, maybe a big old chop blade like this for laminate. It's going to be dusty. It's going to feel like a construction process. So that will slow you down on the install. Next, let's look at physical damage and see how the two hold up. All right, utility knife. First on the laminate. Next on the vinyl. Some of them perform pretty well on the laminate, although I can see a deep one there that definitely changed the color. And then on the vinyl, I think the cuts are about the same depth, but they do physically appear, they look better. So like if you have dog or pets with sharp claws, I think the vinyl might perform better for you there, depending on your circumstance. Let's also look at like a drop test or physical damage. So we're over a concrete subfloor here. It's really, really solid. Yeah, that's on the laminate. Hammer's not doing anything. Let's check the vinyl. That's also not doing anything. That's why these floors perform so well, and people do like both. Let's try the claw side. Okay, of course, nothing could stand up to that. So we went right through the surface and continued to go on the laminate. And on the vinyl, same amount of damage. So on that, crazy physical damage, neither floor will stand up to, but on just scratches and pets, I think the vinyl will hold up better for you, the luxury vinyl planks. Let's look at stains between the vinyl and the laminate. Say a kid had a Sharpie and you wanted to wipe it off. All right, first the laminate, and that is rated as a permanent marker. And now that it's dried, it's not coming off. When it was fresh, it was coming off. And then the vinyl. Okay, not with just a rag and water, maybe, but you're going to need an actual cleaning solution. So they both perform probably similar on the stain test, at least permanent marker. Let me know what you've been experiencing with stains. Vinyl planks, laminate floor planks, which one do you like? Which one seemed more convincing to you? Waterproofing was the clear winner on vinyl planks for sure, although the manufacturers are now claiming, and their attorneys are letting them say on the product label, that laminate, the future laminates, are being rated as waterproof. So who knows, is it a marketing term? Is it really waterproof? This one did not make that claim, as our test showed. So they both have advantages and disadvantages. I prefer to install laminate because it feels heavy duty. It doesn't sag and bend. So if your subfloor is not perfectly smooth, you won't be happy with vinyl because it will look warpy and unprofessional. Whereas laminate will be rigid. It'll be rigid and it'll stand up. So let me know in the comments down below, which one were you convinced is a better floor? Which one do you like better?